So there is the green flag for Senior Rotax, heat number 2. Here's the starting grid. Luca Thiel starts from pole position, ahead of Lucas Hartmann. We have Linus Hensen and Lucas Thompson. Bennett Arends and Maddox Wirtz, Finn Stiak and Morris Schmeis, Leander Luke Schneider and Giuseppe Fico rounding out the top 10. Rounding out the 21 strong is Max Busch in the 313, the 366 of Luca Costa, the 303 of Darius Nitu, 362 of Kian Agassade, or Darius Nitu has just joined the circuit. Lasse Heinhardt in the 302 rounds out the top 15. The 330 is Adrian Dobrich, 363 of Philip Keskik, the 355 of Mats Johan Overhoff, the 328 of Vivian Michel Haidt, the 331 of Louisa Kehler, and the 323 of Finley Hamfrecht. So 10 minutes on the clock once again. So 10 minutes on the clock plus an additional lap set on the timer. Red lights are back on the gantry. So Luca Thiel and Lucas Hartmann will control the pace. Here we go, 10 minutes through the final corner, into the tram lines. Revs rise. Are we ready? We are. We are racing, and Lucas Hartmann got a better start than Luca Thiel this time, because now Lucas Hartmann is in the lead. Thompson's followed through and gone into second. Luca Thiel's now down into fourth, courtesy of Maddox Wirtz, who's now gotten up into third place. Linus Hensen, followed by Bennett Arends, Morris Schmeis and Giuseppe Fico now round out the top 8. Now that was a quick exchange. They let them go. Because obviously we've got to consider the amount of sunlight, because the sun is now starting to lower a little bit here in Wittgenborn. And the local time is getting up to 10 to 6 in the evening. It's locked down at the moment. There is a train of about 50, probably the best parts of most of the field there. I think probably 14 carts by my approximate estimation. Hartmann leads the way. Thompson in second, 3/10 adrift. Wirtz, Thiel, Hensen, Arends, Fico, Stiak, Kirsten now up into P10. And Luca Thiel has gotten past, is now trying to get past Maddox Wirtz, take third position. Not going to make it easy is the 341. Hensen in 5th place, but Luca Thiel looking towards the inside. The 399 from JJ Racing. Up the inside he goes, and that opens the door for Linus Hensen. Hensen and Wirtz nearly touch wheels, and that allows Bennett Arends to try and go up the inside through the very next right-hander. But Linus Hensen shuts the door. And someone go very, very wide. That was the 345 of Leander Luke Schneider, who was in 11th. Will be out of the top 15, I fear, after that calamity there for the driver. Actually, that puts him bang on 15th position, so Leander Luke Schneider got away with that one a bit more than I thought that the driver would have done so. There is Lucas Hartmann leading the way. The gap between him and Lucas Thompson was just over 3.5 tenths of a second after the completion of lap number 2. Luca Thiel, in the meantime, has started charging. He's kept ahead of Maddox Wirtz after that great move. Linus Hensen up the inside of Wirtz now through the hairpin. Bennett Arends trying to get through as well, but Arends has the door shut firmly in the 27's direction. And Giuseppe Fico away, or trying to battle away with Finn Stiak, and Finn Stiak I think is trying to keep ahead at this particular juncture. But the main thing is that Lucas Hartmann has now got the best part of, what is it, 5.5 tenths of a second advantage over Lucas Thompson. But Thompson is being pressurised by who's just right. We've had now Lucas Hartmann has been considered to have done those 2 instant words, a jump start. So 5 seconds, that drops him down to 15th at the moment. So that is exactly what Lucas Hartmann did not need. Now let them go, but I think that race control had a very keen eye on that start, and Lucas Hartmann is now going to be the first driver who's going to get pinged. That's exactly what has happened. So Lucas Thompson at the moment is the de facto leader, so we've got to concentrate on him more than we've got to do with Lucas Hartmann. Depends on how hard Lucas Hartmann wants to push. Well, Lucas Hartmann has probably, if there's been a board out, Lucas Hartmann now knows he needs to push for the next 6.5 minutes. plus an additional lap. So he's now 1.26 seconds ahead of Lucas Thompson. If he gets pinged for a 5-second time penalty, that will probably put him 14th where Darius Nito is. As Luca Thiel, Luca Thiel has just caused one big incident. Double yellows, and that was not needed. That was into the hairpin at the far part of the circuit. That has changed everything in this race. Luca Thiel has just given himself a lot more work than what he actually needed as they came down. Now, look, Thompson was going towards the hairpin. Thiel's just literally hit him in the side, and Bennett Arends had nowhere to go. Maddox Wirtz has had to avoid. So that now means Luca Thiel's dropped all the way down to stone dead last. And this has given Lucas Hartmann a 2.6 second advantage over Linus Henson, who now becomes the de facto leader after that incident. It was a bit clumsy, from Luca Thiel. Went for the move. I think Thompson just went to turn in and shut the door. And you know what? He was entitled to do so. But it just goes to show that you make one mistake, as I said earlier on, you can cause yourself problems. That's exactly what has happened to Luca Thiel. Bennett Arends is all the way down in stone dead last. And here is the battle for second and third, because Lucas Hartmann has got half of the race to go and has over 2.7 second advantage over Linus Henson. But just behind Linus Henson is Finn Stiak. Finn Stiak is less than 2/10 behind. And there's an interesting little battle here coming through. Looks like there's going to be an overtake made, and that could have possibly been maybe by Giuseppe Fico and Kian Agasade, I believe, as there's more Flotsam and Jetsam a little bit further back. They're all trying to get one up on each other. I think so. Luca Thiel and Bennett Arends out of the race. I am not at all surprised. After that incident, there was a significant impact, and when you go front bumper to front bumper, no one's going to come out swimmingly on that one. Mats Johan Overhoff looks to have dropped down to stone dead last, the 19th out of the 21 drivers that started this race. So Giuseppe Fico up to P5. And Lucas Hartmann is putting in faster laps than anybody, 46.215. But the thing is, even if the race was to finish right now with 4 minutes to go on the clock, he would still place. That's how much that incident has helped him considerably. And he's just gotten to put a 46.74 second lap time. Gap between him and Linus Henson now stands at 2.878 seconds. Finn Stiak in third. Maurice Schmai is now 5.435 seconds. That means that Lucas Hartmann, if he finishes where he is right now, if the gap between him, Henson and Stiak go over 5 seconds, he's going to be P3 at the end of this race. So here we go. Things are changing, ladies and gentlemen. Mats Johan Overhoff, I'm afraid to say, is going to be a retirement as well, because the dreaded blue circle has just appeared. Luca Koster, I think, has just got past Kian Agasade as well. So Luca Koster, a race winner last year in this championship. Mulsen, when he clattered both left wheels on the sidewall coming out of the final corner at Mulsen, has got past Kian Agasade, and Maddox Wirtz is now looking to get past as well. And Maddox Wirtz will get the run going into turn one and gets through. Just behind there is Adrian Dobric, I believe. Adrian Dobric there on the Tony Kart from FM Racing. So Kian Agasade was able to profit but hasn't been able to capitalise. Gap now between first and second extends to 2.937 seconds. And Lucas Hartmann still the fastest driver out there. As all that was a bit of a and we've just had a penalty. Well, Luca Thiel, he's not going to be, I'm not at all surprised by that penalty, but it's not going to hurt him. It's not going to hinder him either. It looks like Adrian Dobric has just lost out to Max Busch and Darius Nitu. In the meantime, and yeah, he's down in 11th position. So gap now between first and second extends to just over 3 seconds, but we've got less than 2 minutes to go plus an additional lap. And the way things stand, Lucas Hartmann will have done enough to keep himself in third position, following on from the 5-second penalty that he received at the beginning of this race. And there is a move by Luca Costa, that is on Giuseppe Fico. That is for a genuine 5th place. Good to see Luca Costa have a bit of luck coming his way after what's been a difficult season for him. Been very, very busy, has Luca Costa as of late. Doing a lot of work with Kartmagazin.de with the likes of Bjorn Niemann, amongst others. And we're into the final 65 seconds. The lead now, 3.162 seconds. I think now it's going to be a case that Henson will be declared the winner on the road. We still have 18 drivers rounded out by the 3:28 of Vivian Michel Reitz. As there's another move there. There's 2 drivers. That is the pairing of Max Busch and Darius Nita. They've got past Kian Agassade, and Kian Agassade now completes the top 10. Is closely being followed by Adrian Dobric from Austria in the 3:35. 35 seconds on the clock. That was Maurice Schmeis just going through into shot ahead of Luca Costa, Giuseppe Fico, Maddox Wirtz. Lucas Thompson ahead of Leander-Luc Schneider, Max Busch and Darius Nitu 8th and 9th respectively. There's Kian Agassade being chased by Adrian Dobric from Austria. 12 on the clock remains for senior Rotax today. 2 more races to conclude their season from tomorrow onwards. For tomorrow, but the timer has struck 0. This time Lucas Hartmann will get the final lap board. Linus Henson will know, I think, that Lucas Hartmann might have a penalty cut. Well, knows that Hartmann will have a penalty coming his way, a 5-second jump start penalty. Finchdiak in 3rd. There's Kian Agassade with Dobric right up the back bumper, going through turn 3 and into 4, now into 5 and into 6. Just see how much lateral sideways movement these drivers are having to contend with. It really tests the core strength and also the abdominal muscles as well. And Agassade holds on, but very shortly Lucas Hartmann will cross the line as Maddox Wirtz, Max Busch and also Darius Nita. They've got through. Hartmann takes the lead on the road. But Henson is the de facto race winner, following on from the 5-second jump start penalty ahead of Finchdiak. Lucas Hartmann will be demoted, but only to 3rd. If Finchdiak was a further second behind Linus Henson, there it is, the change has happened. So Linus Henson by 5.5 tenths of a second ahead of Finchdiak. Lucas Hartmann takes 3rd place. Effectively puts him 1.5 seconds behind. Maurice Schmeis in 4th ahead of Luca Costa, Giuseppe Fico, Max Busch, Darius Nitu, Maddox Wirtz, and Kian Agassade running out the top 10. Adrian Dobric in 11th ahead of Leander-Luc Schneider, Philipp Keskik, Luisa Keller, Friedrich Michel Reitz, Lasse Reinhardt, Lucas Thompson running out the top 18 positions, and actually was the 18th and final driver. No, Mats-Johan Overhoff, Luca Thiel and Bennett Arends unfortunately retiring from the race in the early throws.